Belief that the COVID-19 pandemic was a hoax, that its severity was exaggerated, or that the virus was deliberately released for sinister reasons, functions as a gateway to believing in conspiracy theories generally. In study, pandemic skeptics were more likely to believe in 2020 election fraud. Vitamin D deficiency linked to premature death. Over a 14-year follow-up period, researchers found that the risk for death significantly decreased with increased vitamin D concentrations, with the strongest effects seen among those with severe deficiencies. Air pollution reduced when U.S. embassies around the world installed monitors and tweeted the readings. The resulting reductions in air pollution levels had large health benefits for residents in these cities, speaking to the potential efficacy of other monitoring and information interventions. A study of nearly 2,000 children found that those who reported playing video games for 3 hours per day or more performed better on cognitive skills tests involving impulse control and working memory compared to children who had never played video games. Until now, Mars has been generally considered a geologically dead planet. An international team of researchers led by ETH Zurich now reports that seismic signals indicate volcanism still plays an active role in shaping the Martian surface. Most people do not realize that some banks literally make money by giving loans without having money on deposit. The system is called fractional reserve banking and is used in most economies. It sounds as though it is safe because it says that banks have to keep a fraction of their deposits with the reserve bank. In the past, wars have led to inflation and higher commodity prices. Fighting disrupts trade and prevents raw materials from being shipped from one country to another. In Second World War Britain, a banana was the highest of luxury. After considering all the options, she decided to take risks. After considering all the options, she decided to take risks. If you show your student card, you will get a discount. If you show your student card, you will get a discount. The full list of undergraduate programs can be found on the website. The full list of undergraduate programs can be found on the website. Students must attend the safety course before entering the engineering workshop. Students must attend the safety course before entering the engineering workshop. The graph shows the population growth in the last century. The graph shows the population growth in the last century. The origin of psychology can be traced back to ancient Greece. The origin of psychology can be traced back to ancient Greece. Experts cannot agree on a single definition of intelligence. Experts cannot agree on a single definition of intelligence. Knowledge becomes a vital role in young generations. Knowledge becomes a vital role in young generations. There is a lot more about this topic in the university website. There is a lot more about this topic in the university website. The literal output of this research is prolific and diverse. The literal output of this research is prolific and diverse. At that time, people moved from towns to villages. At that time, people moved from towns to villages. She has a small business about toys. She has a small business about toys. I think with our linguistic training we also get all this invisible training to be authorities, to be the people who know. It is part of that process that you come out as a world authority on your chosen subject. But when we move into working with communities, we have to recognize that the communities have to be the authority in their language. Actually, a woman in the class I'm teaching at Sydney at the moment, a career woman, expressed this very nicely. Although she was talking about something else, she was distinguishing expertise from authority. And certainly linguists, because of our training we do, have expertise in certain very narrow areas of language. But we don't have the authority over what to do with that knowledge or what to do with other knowledge that the community produces. I guess for me the bottom line is languages are lost because of the dominance of one people over another. That's not rocket science, it's not hard to work that out. But then what that means is if in working with language revival we continue to hold the authority, we actually haven't done anything towards undoing how languages are lost in the first place, so in a sense the languages are still lost if the authority is still lost. The biotech engineering has undergone 3 phases. In the first phase, people designed and made some simple machines, which aim to help people understand ourselves. And first group of people that realized we could learn from ourselves were engineers. And then, based on the studies, people began to make complicated devices, in order to cure wounds, like the practice of suture, and to study physiology. This is the second phase. Later, since we went into the third phase, more complicated machines have been developed, like ECG, electrocardiography, able to have an insight of your internal body without intruding it, which can show the human brain's functions. X-ray is a good example. In an X-ray picture, you can see the bright area is the heart with some vessels around, and the dark area is the lungs. These devices benefit humans greatly in solving health problems, such as diseases. What is the opposite of affluence? Which one do you spend longer time in, eating, drinking, or sleep? What do we call the period between sunrise and sunset? What do we call the water flowing down the cliff?